We're just
Mom,
talking.
come pick me up. I'm scared.
Yeah. Mom. My mom does walk in now. Need my mom. You ever feel like that? You ever just need your mom?
All the time,
When
bro.
I get hurt, I'm like, I need my mother.
Yo, anytime something goes wrong, I'm like, I need to call my mom.
And it reminds me of like when you're little and you walk into your mom's room and you just throw up. You go, I just flew up.
Dude, I did that last year, bro, in like August. I woke up and I was like, Mom, I don't feel good. And I
Did you wake
yacked all over the place. And she just like, oh. And then my dad's like, go to bed. I'm like, I can't. I just kept puking.
In the room?
Yeah, on the floor.
This is a year ago?
No, this was like 3 months ago.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
like 5 months ago.
I guess you just
I
don't,
had a bug.
you don't puke often, I guess.
No, that's why. It was just bad. Not a good time. Dude, and then I was like on the floor in the office and I made them like come sit with me and I was like, yeah, take me to the hospital. I think I'm dying.
I have an upset tummy.
Can you believe we're here right now?
Nope.
This is kind of crazy.
Nope. Can't believe it. Not at all.
That's nuts.
Not 1 ounce of me believes it.
I kept telling everybody, I was like,
You.
yo, it's coming next week. Every
Like-
week I would say next week.
Like 6 months ago, this man was saying, in a week is our first
Yo,
episode.
next week we're ready.
Making people think we're slackers over here.
Dude, this is HRT, bro.
HRT.
That's facts.
Tea. It's water.
Cheers.
It's water.
Yo, you got it, almost didn't.
I got ice
Look
in
at
my-
me holding it now. This fog.
Pinky out,
It's
bro.
alright, fuck it.
Pinky out. I can't even hold mine over here.
I don't know what possesses me to grab it like this, but I do every time.
You grab how?
Honestly, I'm just gonna rock it from now on.
Yeah.
That's how I'm gonna grab it.
The 3 fingers. Bro, that has been. Gotta make it look nice.
Oh, my bad.
I'm particular.
Yo, this man's, you have no idea
It's not that bad.
what I deal with.
I like things done right, and I like
I
it
need
to
a little
look nice. I get it
flexibility
from my
from you,
sister.
though.
I get it from my sister, so you can blame her.
But your sister's nice about it. You're just like, no, it has to be like this. Dude, I can't wait till like the world sees our relationship. Like, it's actually mad funny.
Pretty
We're so
messed
different.
up sometimes.
Nah,
We
it's
are very
funny.
different.
We're very different.
Yeah.
Wait, are we telling them how we met or no?
If you want to, sure.
That's kind of.
We met on Bumble BFF. Why are you so embarrassed about that?
Yo, every time someone I'm like a friend of a friend in high school. He knew somebody I knew.
But it's Bumble BFF. It's not like
No, that's facts.
nothing.
I mean, I'm not
embarrassed
saying. What are you saying? I'm not cute. You wouldn't. Nah.
about. Is it just like the fact that you went out searching for a friend? That's like
No, I mean, I don't want to be embarrassed about that because hey, there's no shame in that.
It's just Bumble BFF.
Yeah, no, that's
I
facts.
hate. Once I found you, I was like, okay, I found what I needed, and I
Me
deleted
too.
it because
Me too for the longest time.
bro, I understand why like women complain about dating apps now because these men are dry. They are dry.
Dude.
Even looking for a friendship, it's terrible.
No,
It's like hi,
that's
what's
that's
up?
the most
Nothing.
popular. But honestly, though, there were a few trans guys like that too that I met,
On
and
Bumble,
I was kind of like surprised at that. They were like dry.
bro. There was one other trans guy that I found on Bumble, and he didn't hit me back. So don't know what that's about.
If you were on it for longer, you would have found more. There were
Really?
a bunch that I found. Yeah,
I didn't even know you were trans when I swiped right. So.
nobody compares to you though. But dude, why are even some of the trans guys kind of dry on that app? Like, I wouldn't expect that. Because especially if you're talking to another trans guy, like, wouldn't you be all hyped up and be like, "Yo, like,
Is that what you came across on Bumble?
yeah"?
Because
a
you
few
were the
of them
only
guys.
trans guy I talked to on Bumble.
There were some that were kind of dry, and I was like, "Damn, we have so much in common. There's so much we
like-
can talk about."
Why are you even here then?
I don't know.
Like what? What? What?
But the cis men, don't get me started though. That's a whole nother.
No, I quickly found out that I don't need any more cis friends after that.
I did make a good cis friend though from the app, which
That's good.
which was good.
I did not.
Shout out. You know who you are.
I don't think I could. They're so dry, bro. So dry.
No, it's difficult out here. But yeah, we met on Bumble BFF like a year ago, right? Wasn't it Valentine's Day or something?
It was in February. It was around Valentine's Day.
Dude, I remember exactly where I was too.
So do I. Yeah.
Where were you?
I was upstairs in my living room.
Okay.
And then I went actually to the mall that is right by your house.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, let's not say where you live on camera. but yeah, I went to the mall right next to you, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to this mall. And you're like, I literally live there.
No shot. I remember that.
You have a terrible memory.
Fuck.
You have an awful memory. I can't even lie to you. I thought mine was bad.
I know, it is bad.
I should have known you were trans just by your name.
Hey, don't say that.
Mine's worse.
Stop.
Mine's worse.
Why, Cody? What's wrong with Cody?
Well, okay. There's absolutely nothing wrong with Alex or Cody, but like,
I don't know.
There is no trans man who's going to name himself John or anything like that.
Fuck that, bro. But that's the thing. When you get to pick your own name, it's like, yo, I'm actually gonna pick something that like I look in the mirror and I'm like, that's me.
Yeah.
Like, how did you go about it? Like,
my name is just the closest from my dead name.
Okay.
I just took out a few letters.
Stay in the family of the...
Well, it was kind of, I mean, I like my name and I'm glad that I, chose Cody, but like, I also was choosing it for the wrong reasons. I was like...
Like for everybody else?
Yeah. I was trying to make it easier for everybody else to, like, just trying to make it as close as I could to my dead name so that everybody else would feel more comfortable.
That's common, though.
Yeah, it's kind of whack. It's like whack as hell.
But you are a Cody, so it worked out.
Yeah. No, I'm not mad about it.
No, when I was picking mine, dude, I was like, I'm either Alex or I'm Anthony. And one of them is too Italian because I'm not Italian. But I could have rocked it, bro. Sometimes I used to ask, like, yo, what if I was Anthony? And people would be like,
you could 100% be an Anthony with the gold chain.
And then what would my middle name be? Because it's not going to be Anthony Ryan.
Anthony Ryan flows.
You think so?
Yeah, I don't think that's bad.
Yeah, honestly.
Alex Ryan sounds better.
Alex Ryan is just like...
Yeah, no, I've been asked where my name came from.
Did you just say your mom picked it out?
No, I'm just like, I don't know. I have no idea. if I'm not comfortable telling them that I'm trans.
No, I usually don't. I'm just like, yeah, my mom picked it.
Yeah.
Dude, how do you feel about people saying that you could tell somebody is trans? Because I hate when people say that. Unless it's
mean.
us. Unless it's us.
No, okay, but like
because it's a trans thing to know if somebody is trans.
There's a radar, bro.
Exactly. Just like a gaydar, bro.
Yeah. But like...
It's a tradar.
But nobody else can tell. It's like... I don't even know how to explain it. But like if I'm in a crowd of people and there's another trans guy there... and he passes beautifully, I will know that he's trans.
Me too.
I will just know.
But that's not because they don't pass.
No, yeah, they pass very well. It's just...
We have the radar.
It's a vibe. I don't even know. It's just a vibe.
Dude, I'll never forget. When I was an orientation leader at Stony Brook, I was checking in people and I knew like from the back of the line that this kid was trans. Like I just like his mannerisms, like, and I was like... You know, like when you just get that feeling of like, oh shit, I'm not the only one. Like that's sick.
Yeah. I never know what to do though. I'm like, do I?
I always want to talk to them.
Yeah, like, how do I
want to be like, yo, I know.
I know your secret. I know your secret.
Because you said you didn't know I was trans when you found me on Bumble. So how did you go about knowing?
Okay, well, I didn't know, but then...
I know what you're going to say.
But then when I was talking to you, I, peeked at more of your pictures as I was talking to you, and there was a graduation picture with you and your grandma.
Yeah.
And you had the littlest little trans flag in your, like, your yard, like, on a stick or something. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, like, by the way...
Shout out to Mom.
I was like, by the way, I'm trans, just letting you know. And you're like, oh, cool, me too. And I was like, I knew it.
Yeah.
You were, like, so nonchalant about it.
I know. Dude, and I've done that to other trans guys on Bumble, too, where, like, they'll tell me first, and I'll be like, oh, me too.
Are you ever the first one to say it?
No.
Or why?
Not for any reason. Like, I'm just like, I'm talking just to have a friend, not to... like unnecessarily. You don't have to be trans.
That's
like,
true.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like if you were cis, I wouldn't have. But like, since I knew you were trans from the flag, I was like,
What if I was just an ally though?
I got the radar though. You know what I mean?
That's facts.
Like,
Who are we kidding?
Yeah, the first time I looked at it, I had no clue at all. But as soon as I saw the trans flag, it like made me look. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Nobody else is allowed to say that they know somebody else is trans.
No,
unless you're
because
trans.
when it goes on the other side of it too, when people are like, "Oh, I would have had no idea that you're trans."
I don't like that shit, bro. Somebody said that to me recently, actually.
Really?
And I was like,
I mean, it is like, okay, like, no shit. Like, yeah, like, that's kind of what I'm going for. But I don't know. I don't always get offended at that, I feel like.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, it is kind of affirming, I guess. I don't know.
But it's also like, why should you be able to tell anyway? Like,
well, people also
what do you mean?
People don't understand what hormone replacement therapy, HRT. I don't think they understand what it actually does and like how it changes you as a person. Like, physically, you know what I mean? Like, so when they say, "Oh, I would have never known," well, yeah, you wouldn't have known because I'm on hormones. Like, and I don't think that they quite understand that.
But also, not every trans person is like quote unquote passing in
not every
everybody
trans
else's
person,
eyes.
Yeah, not every trans person is on hormones either.
Exactly,
it's not like required to be trans.
Yeah,
but
because that's immediately what I think of when somebody says, "Oh, I could never tell." Like, I'm always just like, but trans like doesn't look one way for everybody.
That is a fact. There's no look for trans people. I feel like
I always wanted to debunk that.
Yeah,
because I fucking hated that misconception.
I mean, I feel like there's like a society sees trans men a certain way, and trans like as a
That's
society,
true.
like they see it a certain way, but like they all look different. We're not like.
Yeah. I mean, until we go into the store and everybody's like, "Yo, you guys are brothers."
Dude, we went into what was it, Bath and Body Works one day, and we look nothing alike.
Honestly, though, there is a little bit like a part of me when I was watching back our like initial practice take.
We
looked a little similar.
Yeah, I mean, like we both are skinny and like
short kings.
Short.
That's all. That's really all it is.
But that's all it is. And,
And
we walked into Bath and Body Works, and this lady was like, "Oh my god, you guys are definitely brothers." And we looked at each other like,
and I think I whispered like,
yeah,
like to you.
Like, I feel like
she said something about our voice too, though. No. Did she say like it's the voice?
I do feel
and I was
like
that's a trans thing.
Testosterone makes your voice have like a certain. I want to say twang. I don't even know.
I hate that word, but that's facts.
Southern twang. As you took testosterone, you just got a southern twang.
Imagine, bro.
But I feel like trans men, at least, for the most part, are similar. You know what I mean? In the way that they dress, for the most part. Like the trans men you see on TikTok. Like
Jesse Sullivan.
I love that man.
Yo, when you told me that, I low-key reminded you of him.
Because you do, especially when he had blonde hair, because you had blonde hair at the same time.
That made my dreams come true after I figured out who he was.
I love that man.
Dude.
And he is winning right now.
Yo, I was just gonna say this is a W, bro. I don't want to speak too soon though, because you never know.
It's true. But yeah, no, him and Francesca just got engaged. I saw her. I was stalking her TikTok yesterday, and they definitely are engaged.
Facts.
That is a thing. And that diamond that she has,
dude,
did you see it? It's
rock.
Oh my god!
I followed the ring. Like,
did you really?
I was like, yo, I might need this later,
dude. It's ginormous.
It's a rock, dude.
Oh my god!
But yo, I'm scared, bro. Like, because you said you were watching
Perfect Match.
Yeah, and like you're watching.
God. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I can't hate her though. She did a lot of things in Perfect Match that like I feel like people are valid for not liking her for.
Yeah.
Like, well, she did.
That was like Too Hot to Handle too.
Yeah, I mean, she did kind of jump from
Yeah, she jumps.
guy to guy, but like for some reason, not just because she's like an attractive person or anything, but like there's just something about her that I think it's because I know she's dating or she's with a trans guy. I'm
We're
like,
automatically stance.
I can't hate you now. Like
exactly. And they have a little family. Like it's crazy. But
it's hard to like not. It's kind of messed up, but like it's hard to not like somebody who you know is friends with a trans person,
dude,
or is
facts.
in love with a trans person.
That's
like you can
facts.
have all the crappy opinions in the world, but if you have a trans person in your life, I'm like, you're kind of a good person.
Yeah,
then.
that's facts.
Or like same with like if you have a gay best friend or like whatever, you know, because it's like clearly you're have good morals.
You're with it, yeah.
And like you don't deserve a cookie, but like
no, exactly. That should just be the standard.
Yeah.
When I was in my relationship coming out, if I didn't have the girl I was with, like, it would have been a whole different ballgame. Like, me being able to come out and go through my medical transition and, like, do everything so fast and have that type of confidence behind me.
Yeah. I feel like most trans guys aren't single throughout it.
No, and that's, dude, I've
hard.
noticed that. Because it's hard to be.
No, it's very hard. Cause
when you
get,
don't
like,
have somebody helping you, like...
Yeah. You definitely get a sense of, fuck, nobody's ever going to love me.
Yeah, exactly, bro. And, bro, I was a handful. Especially when I first started T, my levels were so high. And I was just an angry little fuck. Like,
I probably was very angry.
I had, like,
well, but I
void
never
rage.
noticed.
Like, it was bad. Like,
Void rage,
shout
bro.
out to, for putting up with me. But
Yeah, dude.
it was rough.
I never noticed a change in my hormones, like physically, not physically, but like emotionally.
Really?
Like, I mean, I'm sure I got very angry.
You stopped
at times
crying
for no
now,
reason.
right?
I haven't cried
Me too,
in
bro.
a minute.
Except,
Like,
did you recently cry because of the music
I
video?
watched Louis Capaldi's new music video. Don't do that.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
The only thing that can make me cry is a dog. And probably that story.
If there's a dog in a movie,
Yeah,
I'm
that's it.
shutting
It's
it
done.
off. I am shutting it off. But I saw these people on TikTok cry. There's like just an angle of just them, and then the song's like playing in the background, and they're reacting to the music video. I think it's called "Wish You the Best."
Yeah.
And they're all like bawling their eyes out, and I was like, I'm on testosterone. In no way that's gonna make me cry. I'm a man.
5 seconds later.
No, like, yeah, I hit play and there was an old man and a dog, and I was like,
That's it. Give
I
me
was like,
tissues.
all right. No, I fully bawled my eyes out. But that is like the only movies and TV shows can make me cry. Nothing else.
It's a thing though, dude. When you're on T, bro, you stop being able to cry.
Okay, but like, I've seen cis men cry. What is that about?
I know, but I don't know. It's must be something that happens. Like, how long have you been on T? Because honestly, I don't even remember. You're longer than me, right?
Yeah, six.
You were a high school
6 or
boy.
7 years. I started when I was 18, and I'm 23 now. I'm 24 now. My
What was
birthday's
it
in a
like
week.
coming out of high school though? Because honestly, I don't think I would have been able to. I would have been so fucking scared.
It wasn't. I mean, it could have been better, but it wasn't horrible. Honestly, I thought I was gonna get bullied really badly, but like I kind of didn't. Yeah. Like, I know for sure that like there were people talking about me behind closed doors, but it was never like in front of my face. I didn't get made fun of like that.
What about bathrooms and locker rooms?
Didn't use them.
Yeah.
I held in my pee all day. I would cry because I had to pee
That's
so
horrible,
bad.
dude.
I still don't use public restrooms.
It's hard.
I don't,
dude. That's why I used to not go out to bars. Like, I didn't know
That's
how
why
to
I
function
don't
in a
go
bar.
out to bars, bro.
Yeah, but now I'm just like, I don't give a fuck. Like, but when you walk in and there's like one stall and 10 urinals, you're like, what do I do?
Everyone thinks you gotta poop.
Yeah, dude, I hate that.
No, it ain't right.
I hate that. Everything should just be a stall, bro. Like, why do we have to stand next to guys and piss together? Like,
it is it is a very intimate.
it's so
thing.
weird, dude. And people will like stand there and have conversations. Like, and it's just like, bro, when you go to the bathroom in your house, like you're closing the door and peeing. Like,
Yeah.
isn't that weird? Like, why do we make it a social experiment when we go in public? Like, I don't get that.
Dude, I don't use public restrooms. Also, I think they're gross and I'm a germaphobe, so that's partially why. But like,
What about when you have to go to like gym class? Like in high school, what'd you do? Do you just
I
come
wouldn't.
changed?
I wouldn't. Well, I wore sweatpants like every single
did
day in
too.
high school, but yeah, no, I got in trouble a few times for not changing for gym. I just wouldn't. Yell at me. I don't care.
Yeah.
Plus, even for people who aren't trans, even cis people, like, making kids change in a locker room in front of each other is beyond me.
It sucks. Yeah.
It's weird.
It is.
For gym class
And
to
it's
run
just, like-
around a little bit, like, come on.
That's like the recipe for everybody's self-esteem issues.
I
Like,
know.
It's just
Let's
so-
just take that out of the equation. I feel like
I know.
everyone would love themselves a little bit more.
Yeah.
I don't know. To make kids, like, get naked in front of each other
know.
at a young age is weird to
It
me.
is weird.
It's always
actually.
been weird.
Dude, when I used to go to day camp, yo, one time at band camp, no, but when I went to day camp, bro,
Yeah.
I had to change in front of people, and like there was, I'll never forget. And Mom, I don't know if you remember this, but I know you didn't probably mean to send me this camp, but we won this thing. It was a private camp, and the shit you not, we were in line for the bathroom. I was like probably 6 years old. Everybody had to pee while everybody else was online, and there were no doors. There were just 3 toilets, and people just one by one had to go to the bathroom in front of each other. I will never forget that, bro. I was so scarred. I don't even think I went back to camp after that. Like, I was like, no.
No, that's messed up. That's
Isn't
like...
that messed up? Like,
And then, like, today, everyone's scared about sexualizing children when it comes to trans people
yeah, well,
and drag queens.
bro. Don't get me started.
Meanwhile,
with that.
people do that shit.
Yeah, exactly. Come on.
That ain't right.
Dude, we're going to the bathroom because we gotta piss. Like, not because we're trying to do anything else.
The
Like,
fact that people think that I should be using a woman's restroom. Tell me, if I walked into a
in
woman's
Texas
restroom,
and Tennessee.
if I walked into a woman's restroom, beard and all,
Yeah, I
you're
know.
telling me a woman wouldn't be like, get the frick out of here?
Well, also, also though, I'm gonna say this: people are more accepting of trans guys going into the guy's bathroom than trans women using the girl's bathroom.
Yeah, no,
and that's messed up too because it's like the trans women are women. Like,
Yeah.
that's just bottom line.
It's also, I don't know. I think in that sense, in all senses, I think that trans women have it harder.
Well, they do.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
in that sense specifically, like,
It's messed up.
yeah, because also when you're going into a men's restroom, 8 times out of 10, the cis men in there do not care what you're doing, and they're not paying any attention to you. Where like women are a little, I don't know, they're more noticeable to
Yeah,
those. They
they're, like,
notice things more.
hyper-aware, I feel
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
Which
Especially
maybe
in the
they have
South,
their
I feel
own
like.
reasons, but at the same time, all trans people want to do is go to the bathroom just like you. You know?
And you know what the problem is that when people who are uneducated about trans people, they hear the word transgender and they think drag queen. And I think that's why they get so confused.
Yeah.
Like, I think when I came out to my dad as trans, I think he was so, like, new to the word, he immediately thought of, like, a drag queen.
Yeah.
And then, not that there's anything wrong with drag queens at all, but it's like they're completely different, yet we get looped in together all the time for no reason. But like immediately people think drag queen, because I know for a fact that my dad had no, like, when I first told him I was trans, he had no idea that like I would be passing as a cis man so well. Like, now we go out in public together and people are referring to me as sir, and like nobody bats an eye.
Yeah, and everybody else would look stupid if they didn't address
Exactly.
you like that.
He would look like the dumb one
Yeah.
if he was referring to me
Yep.
as not a male. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that's why he's like, he's supportive of me now, but like he knows that he would be the one who looks stupid if he
Yeah.
wasn't being supportive.
Well,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? Hey, if you gotta manipulate him, manipulate him into supporting you, I guess.
Take notes, everybody.
For real.
Nah, yeah. I mean, that's something too. Like, how was it coming out to your family? Like,
As for my family watching, it wasn't, they were all great. I mean, like, it took a minute with my mom, but she's my biggest supporter now.
Yeah, me
along
too.
with my sister. You know,
Shout
how-
out.
Yeah.
Love you,
Shout
Mom.
out. My sister, actually, the way that it happened, I didn't even mean to come out there. I think
Yo.
I was still in high school, but Siri on my phone, I had Siri calling me Cody. And you know how Siri just goes off sometimes.
yeah.
Me and my sister were just talking in my kitchen, and Siri just goes, "What was that, Cody? I didn't quite get that." And Lindsay, my sister, looks up and just goes, "So is that your name now or what?" Because I had the haircut and everything, and I was like, mm-hmm. And she was like, "Okay, bet." And that was that.
Dude,
was
that
over.
is like the smoothest, like, the fact that no conversation needed to be had. It
I
was
owe
just
Siri everything. I owe Siri my life.
I think I just sat my parents down. I mean, I think they knew it was coming, but I remember I talked to my girlfriend at the time, and I was like, "Yo, it's do or die. Like, it's come out now or just not make it." Like, so I sat them down. I think it was one night, and I was just like, "Yeah, I'm just not in the right body, and it's time to change that."
Yeah.
And then I was like, I want to be Alex."
Period.
And then that was it. And they were like, "Bet, that's it."
And you came out when you were in college.
In college, I actually took a year off my junior year. Well, I was in my junior year, finished it out, and then I was like, I cannot wait any longer. Like, I have to do this. And I wanted to take the year off because, A, I didn't want to, like, graduate without going through my medical transition because I knew I would be, like, super uncomfortable just, like, coming out socially but not having stuff match, you know?
Right. Yeah. You kind of like hit away for a while and came back as like
Yeah,
a whole man.
I was like, hold on.
A whole man.
1 second.
1 second, I'll be right back.
I'll be right back. And dude, literally in like 8 months, bro, it was HRTea, top surgery, histo, legal shit. Let's go. Like,
Dude.
but I navigated that shit basically by myself. Like, I had my parents come with me for top surgery because I went to Florida. With Garamone. Shout out.
Is it Garamone or Garamoni?
Garamone.
I always thought it was Garamone.
Yeah.
Everyone talks to Garamone.
Yeah, it's
everybody.
nuts. Yo, he's in a few documentaries too. Like, yeah, and every time I see the waiting room, I'm like, yo, I was there.
Dude, the only reason I didn't pick him is because he wouldn't give me keyhole surgery.
I know.
I didn't want.
He's very stuck on what he does. Like,
Yeah.
That's it.
I didn't want double incision. I don't even know why, because your double incision looks great, and now I'm mad about it that I didn't, because my keyhole doesn't look as good.
Nah, it does.
Appreciate you. But yeah, so you went all the way, you took a plane. Did you have drains after your surgery?
Yeah, I mean, I was there for 2 weeks. Like,
you were in Florida for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So did you have drains like on the way back? On
No,
the airplane?
No,
And they
after
were
my
out by then?
post-op, they took them out, and actually a funny story at my reveal, like my post-op reveal, my eyes were closed the whole time. I couldn't look in the mirror.
That's so wholesome.
Good thing I didn't, because there was like a pocket of fluid that like didn't drain out.
That's so
And
scary.
I had to lay down and he like compressed it out, and I was like, okay. Like, it was the most like weird, and it was such a weird feeling because like I literally was like still like stuck in that position, like, you know, when you're just stuck in the top surgery position, like, because you're afraid to stretch out.
Oh, dude, yeah. I didn't lift my arms for like a month.
Dude, yeah.
It's terrifying.
And I only wore button-up shirts.
Yeah, yeah, me too.
It was so wholesome.
Me too. My whole family like bought me the
Yeah.
oversized
Yeah.
button-up shirts and everything. Yeah, I actually the first time I like looked in the mirror after top surgery, or like because I had to wear like the wrap for like 2
Yeah, me
weeks or
too.
some shit after.
Me too.
And okay, so they didn't really tell me that I should be sitting down when I took off the wrap.
So you don't pass out?
Yep, I was fully standing up in the mirror, like, all right, let's see.
go.
Let's see what work this doctor did. And I take it off, and I'm like,
I don't feel so
feeling a little woozy.
Lays down.
Yeah, I sat on the frigging toilet, and I was like, Mom, I'm gonna throw up.
Dude, I did that the first time too.
Everything went black. I couldn't see. My hearing went. I couldn't see anything. Oh my God.
It's a bad feeling.
I'm like throwing up in a garbage can while sitting on the toilet. My mom's like rubbing my back. I'm like, Mom, what's happening right now?
It took me a while to be able to look at it fully, like in the mirror. Like, not because it didn't look good, but because I like couldn't look at the scars. Like,
Yeah.
and yo, the first time my nipples hit a t-shirt, it was the best feeling ever. Like, dude, it was so, but it was weird. There was a point where at first I was putting like a fucking I'm like, I was putting like gauze, like I was still putting the gauze on because it felt so weird having my bare chest touch the shirt. It was like so
irritated
weird.
nipple from touching the shirt.
Dude, remember my nipple almost exploded? We had a bit of a hiccup, and this was like years post-op, bro. This is like 6 months ago, where like I got this fucking thing and it just popped and it was weird. Like, and I thought my nipple was gonna fall off.
Did you get infected? Is that what happened?
It, yeah. It was like, I think it was like maybe a pimple that was just like on the nipple. Remember, we were building the studio, and my nipple, you could see it through my shirt. Like, and I was like, something's not right, bro. I think I lifted it up too and showed you, and you're like, yeah, it's a little big.
Something's very wrong with your nipple, bro.
I don't think you said it like that because you don't want to scare me, though.
No, yeah. Yeah, didn't look right, though. I'm glad you got that sorted out.
Yeah, I went to urgent care, and it was awkward, though, because I had to be like, yeah, I'm trans, and like, but this has nothing to do with my surgery. Like, it's just my nipple, you know? Because, like, dude, don't you find sometimes the doctors will assume a physical ailment is because you're trans?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
That's
yeah.
a huge problem.
Do you, when you, like, go to the doctor when you're sick or something, or, like, does your doctor, like, your primary care doctor, I don't even know, but, like, do they know that you're trans?
My
like,
primary knows I'm trans.
Like, when you go to anybody but your primary
My urgent care, I never say it.
See, I always did, because I was always afraid that, like, if they didn't know, I would die.
Honestly, no, though. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I think it depends on what medical issue you're having. Like,
That's true.
if I had, like, a UTI or something, like, then I would say. That happened to me once where I did say it because I felt like maybe that was pertinent. I don't know. Because the doctor started asking me, like, oh, like... And
Just
I was,
cis questions,
dude.
yeah.
But I started being like, "Oh no, I don't have it. No, like that's not happening to me." And then afterwards, I call them and I'm like, "Oh, I just want to make sure in my chart, like it says that I'm trans." But like in the moment, I was like, "Oh no, it's not happening to me."
I don't think people realize how hard it is to, like...
It is hard. Every time you go to the doctor, you have to come out. Like, that's hard.
It's so stupid.
If you don't have the same doctor, like...
Dude, at my last job that I had to get a physical and like a whole drug test and everything, and I was super unaware that like there's a system, I guess, that all doctors share. And like I went to this physical, she's taking my weight, she's taking my height, she's checking my breathing, and she goes, "Okay, how long have you been on testosterone?" And I'm like,
How'd she know?
I was like, excuse me? I don't remember telling you that. I literally was like, how did you know that? And she was like, it's right here. And I'm like,
In your chart?
Yeah. I've never been to this little doctor's office in my life.
Well, you know
and it was
what?
like an hour away, too.
Was it like a practice, like a Northwell or something? Because then everything's in one system.
It wasn't Northwell.
It was like private?
Yeah.
What?
I was so confused.
What?
Maybe I'm getting the story wrong, but like that's how that is my
That's
truth.
crazy.
That is how I interpreted the situation. But like, yeah, no. She was like, "Okay, how long have you been on hormones?" And I'm like, 6 years. Why are you asking? And she was like, "Okay, surgeries." And I'm like, "Why are you asking me?" Like, when they ask about top surgery, it's like, why is that even important?
Yeah.
Why do you have to ask me that?
I know.
Like,
It's not important, though.
yeah.
They just, like, I think make it their business to
Yeah.
make us uncomfortable.
But she also asked me, okay, she knew I was trans, and she was like, "Okay, any surgeries?" And I was like, "Yeah, I had top surgery." She was like, "What?" And I'm
Yeah,
like,
they don't even know. Yeah.
if you're gonna ask,
Exactly.
be educated on it.
Exactly. Dude, exactly.
Yeah.
I just had to wake up. I'm like,
For real.
Dude, exactly.
No, but she was like, "Okay, any surgeries?" I was like, "Yes, top surgery." She was like, "What is that?" And I was like, "Are you gonna make me act it out right now? Like, come on."
I
And
was just been like,
like double incision. And she was like, "What?" And I was like,
nah. Yeah.
figure it out.
Yeah,
I don't know, because I'm not
exactly.
gonna say it. Like,
Exactly.
I don't know. It doesn't have to be that uncomfortable.
Dude, let's talk super uncomfortable. Hold up. Going to the OBGYN.
Never done it. Never will.
Bro, I can't tell you how many times I've had to. Well, also because when I got a histo, I had to go.
Why do you think I haven't gotten a histo?
Yeah. But honestly, I did go to an affirming place, which was good. But
Where can I go?
yeah, I'll let you know where I went.
Period.
But oh god, like it's always that like initial anxiety of like you're about to walk into a room with women just sitting there all waiting for a certain exam, and I don't know, like I don't want to be treated just because I'm at an OBGYN like I'm not a guy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think a lot of doctors don't know that fine line between like affirming us like in that type of setting.
No, they do not. And if I wish there, I mean, I'm sure there's clinics and all that stuff that have it, but like nowhere around here is there a place that trans people can go for.
We need like a gender affirming care center. Yeah. Like that should be a thing.
And I think that there's enough of us now where it can be a thing.
Yeah. Like, I mean, obviously, yeah. Like, there's always been trans people, bro. It's just about like we didn't feel safe coming out. Like,
oh my God. And now people think there's a lot of people on social media now, a lot of trans people on social media.
I know what you're gonna say.
That think. Well, there's a lot of trans people on social media, and now that there's a lot of us feel comfortable being on social media, everyone's like, you're teaching our kids to come out as trans.
And they're not trans.
I mean, if your kid is coming out as trans and he like follows a trans person or she follows a trans person on social, or they follow a trans person on social media, it's not because of that person.
No.
If they went so far as following that person, they had thoughts already.
Dude, if I didn't know Sam Collins had a YouTube channel before I knew I was trans, I wouldn't have known I was trans. Like, because I was so like enmeshed in his story, and like that was the first real trans person I got to see their journey. Like,
yeah, I followed Hunter. I think his thing is HKNTER on Instagram or something like that. But I followed him way before he came out as trans, before he even knew he was trans, and like I was just following him because I thought he was a cool person. And then he came out as trans, and I was weirdly like
intrigued.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's
and then
cool.
You get like obsessed.
Yeah,
like,
and I was like, I didn't even know why I was so intrigued by it until somebody literally had to point it out to me, and I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that adds up.
That is me.
Yeah. But for people to think that people like Sam Collins and Hunter and all these like trans social media people, like to think that they're the problem and like making kids trans is disgusting to me.
Dude, when I watched this YouTube video where they have detransitioners sit down with people who transition, and that was a topic like, does social media influence people to be trans? And some people on the transition side walked forward and agreed with it. How do you feel about that?
I don't feel great about it because, like, first of all, I be on TikTok, right? And I think I did watch that video, and they did, like, kind of say this as well. But, like, I be on TikTok, and, like, a video will come up, how to know you have OCD.
Yeah.
And I'm, like, sitting there, and I'm like, do I have OCD?
Yeah.
Like, that is just social media in general.
Exactly.
Like, it's not because they're trans.
Everybody self-diagnoses, like, at some point. Like,
yeah. And I'm sorry, but you can't self-diagnose yourself as trans.
No.
You're either
you
just...
know it or you don't.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, for some people, it takes a little bit to figure it out. But, dude, the percentage of people that detransition is so low. Like, if you look at the numbers, it's so low.
Extremely low.
So the fact that, like... I don't know. That's going to be a whole argument against our existence when we are in large numbers of the population. Like, people think we're a small part of the population. We're not.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
And not everybody's out. People are trans and not out.
Yeah.
When you're a kid, you know exactly who you are.
And by saying that minors shouldn't be allowed to transition.
Don't get me started, bro. Let's go.
At the end of the day... It has to be up to the parents because they are a minor, but like...
Which is sometimes horrible.
No, yeah.
Sometimes it's horrible.
But what you're doing by saying that your kid can't be in the body that they want to be, can't express themselves the way that they want to, you are taking away their rights as a human being.
Yeah, that's
like
facts.
It's...
We're not telling parents to let their kids medically transition. Puberty blockers are reversible. It's not a thing that they can't undo if they do decide, like, listen, I don't know if this is me. And, bro, if I had puberty blockers, it would have saved me a hell of a lot of trouble. Because I wouldn't have had to go through top surgery. I wouldn't have had to get, like, a period. Like, that shit was whack. Like, I was like, why is this happening to my body? I'm a guy. Like,
what is happening? What's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I feel like when people think about letting minors transition or letting minors be trans, let minors do whatever the fuck they're thinking.
Yeah, people taking doctors like credentials away for giving kids puberty blockers.
People are thinking that doctors are just out here with a scalpel ready to go chopping away at these kids.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
Dude,
that's not what's happening.
Think about what happens when you come out of the womb and they decide what gender you are.
Oh my god.
Like,
oh my god.
Dude, there's so many intersex people that get mutilated basically.
No, and also talking about intersex, like when people say that there are only two genders, you are completely wiping out like there's like almost as many intersex people in the world as there are gingers.
Yeah, wow.
Like,
dude,
you'd be wiping out a lot of people by saying that there's only two genders.
And a lot of doctors take it upon themselves to be like, yeah, well, we're going to do this because it's going to be easier for this kid to just be this gender.
Right.
And then that kid is growing up with like a mix of hormones and stuff, and they're like, well, then, like, who am I? Because, like, the doctor said I'm a girl. Well, like, I don't feel like a girl. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. Don't get that.
I hate that. I hate that, dude. But yeah, doctors aren't like you said, ready to just cut kids open and like.
No,
dude, it's not even easy to go through a medical transition as over a minor, like as us, like being like, 18, 19. I had to see therapists. I had to get letters, like.
Yep. I mean, like looking back, I know I say that I got my shit done like pretty fast.
Yeah, I say that too
for a trans person, but
like, it was hard.
It was not easy.
No,
not easy at all. Also, I don't think people realize the lengths that you had to go to do
exactly
everything. Like even just changing my freaking name.
Dude, I know
that was a long day at the DMV.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
did I ever tell you that I changed mine twice?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You never told me that.
Because my dead name, people used to shorten my dead name as a nickname. Mm-hmm. And at first, like, I didn't know if I was like, I mean, I knew I was trans, but I was just so like, I just need something like different because I hated my dead name. Mm-hmm. And so I legally changed it to the shortened version of my dead name. And then I legally changed it again. So I was scared shitless. Because I was like, yo, I'm going to, like, before the judge and saying I want to change it again. Like, I was so afraid that they weren't going to let it happen.
You can also change your name to literally whatever you want. And I don't think I was aware of that at that time.
But you know, somebody at the court, like, when the judge got the papers, they sent somebody out to talk to me, and they were like, so why do you want to change it twice? Yeah, like, and I was literally shitting my pants. I was like, I didn't know I was
like
trans.
Someone who poses a threat? Does it really matter? Like, you know why I want to change it. Like, you're just here to make me uncomfortable.
Yeah, dude.
Also, when people ask what your dead name was,
don't.
And they think it's like, you know what? They do it in not most people, a lot of people ask what your dead name was in like a kind of a pure way, like a very nice, like they're just curious. They don't think they're causing any harm by it, which is fine. But like,
they low-key are.
A message to cis people everywhere: don't ask me my dead name because like you think I went to all of that trouble to change my name for me to just tell you.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna tell you.
Or when like, people are like, oh, when you used to be. Insert. No, I was never that. Like, yes, I thought I was that because I was told I was that.
Bro, and people be throwing around, like, if another person has my dead name, people just think it's okay to just say it in front of me. Like, I ain't there yet. No. I'm not there yet. For a
while, I wasn't there yet.
Let's not.
Dude, and, like, I remember watching movies and seeing people with my dead name and, like, feeling so uncomfortable in their room because I'm like, I hope nobody's looking at me like that.
Because it's like, I think if nobody knew my dead name in the room, I would feel better about it. But like most people I'm around know because I went to high school with all of them. I was friends with all of them. And I think that if they didn't know my dead name, I would definitely feel... Because like when it happens, you're like, oh, they're thinking about it. They know. Yeah. And that's why I don't like it. But
I know. Yo, I wanted to show you this TikTok, though.
Yeah, show me.
And let me know what you think about this. Let's take a look.
Bring that mic closer to you a little bit.
Yeah.
There you go.
Who espouses it can even tell you what these words mean. Like, what is a woman?
Well,
can you tell me what a woman is?
No, I can't.
Slay.
Because it's not for me to say. womanhood looks different for everybody.
What do you define a woman as?
An adult human female.
And what is a female?
Well,
how
that's
do you define a female?
someone with female reproductive organs.
Okay.
Someone who's, here's the thing. When you're female, it goes right down to your bones, your DNA. So that's why if someone dies, we could dig up their bones 100 years from now. We have no idea what they believed in their head, but we can tell what sex they were because it's ingrained in every fiber of their being.
Interesting. So I'm trying to understand. Your definition is that a woman is someone who is female, you said, right?
Correct. Is a biological female.
So what happens if we have maybe someone who is female, identifies as a woman, right? Cisgender woman, right? As you just explained, but maybe doesn't have the ability to reproduce. Maybe doesn't have those organs that you're talking about that are reproductive organs.
I have answered the question. You stood up here and said trans women are women.
Completely just disregarded everything that person said. He didn't know how to answer that. No. He was like, "Oh shit, I answered your question." No. Like you don't even.
I feel like that's usually how the conversation goes too.
Yeah, like they corrected you and you completely just couldn't answer the question.
Denying it,
because they're right. Like, a woman.
What is a woman?
You're not defined by a woman by your reproductive organs. Like, are you kidding me? Because there are so many women who cannot reproduce, who can't have kids.
Exactly. And gender and sex are two different things. Like, and
which
also,
people don't get.
My argument is like, I hate when cis people say, "Well, you're still a biological." No, I'm on T. I got a histo. I got top surgery. But also, that shouldn't matter. Like, biologically, I'm not a female. Like, I went through a transition. Like,
and like, what did he say? He was like, "In your bones, you're a female."
Well, what? How?
Why do you care?
Yeah.
Like, why do you care about my bones, bro? Get away from my bones.
Some archaeologist gonna dig me up one day.
For real. Like, come on. Like, it's always baffled me how people care that deeply to like get in your face and say, your bones will tell me that you're a female.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, can you see my bones?
Yeah.
I feel like we're running a little bit out of time here.
Let's plug those socials.
Yeah, so you can find us on all social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter at HRT Podcast, and I'm sure we can bring it up on the screen too. And Twitter is HRT Podcast as well. And then if you want to follow us on Patreon, that would be super, super, super great.
Let's go.
We would really appreciate that.
What do they get? What's in it for them?
Oh, they get all the fun stuff.
Like what?
You'll find out when you follow us on Patreon.
That's fact.
And on Patreon, it's just HRT is where you can find us.
And how much is it?
$5.
It's only $5.
Only $5 a month. So if you want the good goods, that's where you can find them. And other than that, this video is sponsored by orionsfinds.com. If you're really into AIs or you want to learn how AIs work, I fully suggest checking that out. You can learn how to do a bunch of things on that. So,
facts.
Do that because AIs
taking over the world.
They are taking over the world, bro. It's
I'm
like
gonna have an AI girlfriend, bro. I watched a movie where I kind of fell in love with the AI girl.
Really?
Yeah.
Bro.
Ex Machina. Go check it out. Yes.
I've never heard of that. I gotta check that out.
The best. I was like, yo, what? I'm literally in love with a robot right now. Like, this is the future.
But yeah, orionsfinds.com. You can learn how to do anything you want with AIs. AIs make it really easy to do quite literally anything you want. So do that. And yeah, we are going to drop episodes every Tuesday.
Testosterone Tuesday, boys.
I want to do our shots on camera one day.
Facts.
You give me my shot, I'll give you yours.
Facts. Let's go. You get a little butt cheek action.
All right. Anyways, yes. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Goodbye.